Much of the conversation around artificial intelligence centers on an invisible threat: algorithms designed to automate human roles and shrink the labor force. But current economic data tells a different story. American jobs and economic output are both climbing, and a massive piece of that growth is tied directly to the physical expansion of AI. This chart shows the projected capital expenditure for the tech sector next year. Companies are preparing to spend over $1.4 trillion on the hardware layer alone, which represents 3% of total U.S. GDP. As the timeline pans back, you can see this capital spike dwarfs the 1990s dot-com boom. You have to go all the way back to the 1800s railroad expansion to find a physical build-out of this scale. This capital rush gives the United States a significant geopolitical advantage. Right now, American tech companies are operating about 6 to 12 months ahead of China in the global AI race. AI has matured into a foundational utility, triggering a physical economic mobilization that spans from regional data centers to the local driveway. All that code requires massive physical space. Tech giants are buying up tracts of industrial real estate to construct sprawling data centers across the country. This aggressive push created a nationwide shortage of construction workers. Building the future of technology requires pouring millions of tons of concrete first. Economists call this CapEx, or capital expenditure. It is the hard currency spent on the physical hardware, the servers and cooling systems required to keep the cloud running. While critics argue these facilities drain local resources, modern data centers actually recirculate their water supplies. Additionally, many AI companies are now standing up their own independent power generation to avoid raising local electricity prices. The cloud carries a heavy industrial footprint, stimulating the blue-collar economy through massive, resource-intensive construction projects. Inside those concrete walls sits the software layer, where companies are generating growth through two very different strategies. This graph tracks the closed proprietary model. It shows Anthropic's revenue spiking from $10 million to over $100 million in a single year by charging a premium for their most advanced capabilities. Then you have the open-source model. Instead of charging users, massive tech firms give their models away for free to capture a massive developer ecosystem. Meta and CEO Mark Zuckerberg are driving this open strategy to ensure American companies maintain data sovereignty while competing against international rivals like China. Both models, whether premium subscriptions or free distribution, are currently driving historic valuations across the entire tech sector. That software eventually hits the pavement. Here on the Las Vegas Strip, digital models are actively navigating live consumer commerce. Amazon's autonomous vehicle company, Zoox, has officially transitioned out of the testing phase. They are now actively charging customers for completely driverless rides. Unlike competitors retrofitting standard sedans, the Zoox robotaxi is a purpose-built machine. It features a symmetrical design and face-to-face campfire-style seating for 4 passengers. Reaching this commercial stage required over 3 million driverless test miles. It also meant developing transparent protocols to safely interact with first responders during emergencies. Paying passengers in Las Vegas prove that AI models can successfully transition into tangible, monetizable urban services. This stack connects all 3 layers of the new economy. At the bottom, the blue-collar data center feeds the software model in the middle, which ultimately powers the profit-generating robotaxi at the top. This vertical pipeline is the true engine of the current boom. It creates compounding productivity gains that benefit both the construction crews and the algorithm designers. But this momentum is sensitive. Maintaining a global lead requires a pro-innovation regulatory environment that keeps American companies free from unnecessary bureaucratic bottlenecks. We are watching a physical expansion. Much like the steel tracks of the 19th century, these data centers and autonomous networks form the physical foundation for the next stage of American economic output.